Good morning, everyone. It's Friday, April 24th, day 142 of school, and we made it through another week of remote learning. I am so happy. Each time we make it through another week of remote learning, I'm just very excited because I know this is difficult for all of us. It's a very tough time for all of us being home, not seeing our friends, not seeing our family, not seeing each other in school. I know it's difficult. So every Friday we make it through another week. I'm just very proud of you and very excited. So today we're going to do things a little bit differently. Okay, it is Friday. It is our assessment Friday. Okay, and in trying to not overwhelm you with remote learning, I am not giving you any assignments on Friday anymore. It's just assessment Friday, so you don't have to worry about taking your tests and doing assignments, okay? Because we don't have any assignments. It's just assessments. But we're going to do our spelling test virtually, okay? So just as we would in school, I'm going to give you the word, I'm going to put it in a sentence, and I'm going to give you the word again so you can write it, okay? So you can actually take the spelling test with me as I'm doing the words, okay? So I'm going to give you a second to go get your paper and your pencil, okay? Or if you're going to type, or you can just simply push pause on my video while you go and you get what you need and then come back and we're going to start our spelling test, okay? So remember, you need to put your name, you need to put the date, which is April 24th. Then you also need to number 1 through 12, okay? And if at any point I'm doing the test and it's going too fast, you need another minute, just push pause, okay? That's the beauty of this being a video and it not being live where I'm right in front of you, okay? You can just hit the button and you can pause me, okay? So we're gonna start, okay? Number 1 is her. Her skirt was very long. Her. So number 1 was her, okay? And now, quickly, before we keep going with this test, think about this week, the sound that we focused on all week long, okay? During our daily lesson, during our dictation, okay? It was the sound, but we learned it spelling it 3 different ways. We learned it's being spelled ER, IR, and UR. And since they all have the same sound, there's really no way to tell which one it is. When you stretch it out and you hear you just have 3 different choices, okay? These are words that you kind of just have to keep practicing to know because it does have the same sound, okay? So number 1 was her. Number 2 was fern, okay? The girl grew a giant fern tree in the front of her house. Fern. Number 3, girl. The little girl went to the circus and had the best time ever. Girl. Number 4, sir. She said, "Yes, sir," when the teacher called her name. Sir. Number 5, stir. We have to stir the batter for a long time in order to make it smooth. Stir. Number 6, bird. The bird flapped his wings in order to get off of the ground. Bird. Number 7, fur. My dog has the shiniest black fur ever. And do you see my cat in the background? Do you see Rocky? There he goes. He was just in the window. He wanted to say hi, and now he's crawling out of the window. That's just what he does. He's always in the way. Number 8 is hurt. Hurt. The butterfly hurt his wing when he flew into a tree. Hurt. Number 9 is turn. I had to turn the car around because I was going the wrong way. Turn. And number 10 is third. You will be in 3rd grade in 2 years. Third. Okay, so now here are our extra credit words, okay? Now, remember, extra credit words are not words we've studied, but they are usually words that we have done together during dictation, okay? So you just have to stretch out the word. Think about what you hear in the beginning, whether it's a blend or a digraph. Think about what you hear at the end, okay? So number 11 is going to be first. You are in first grade. First. And number 12 is church. Most people go to church on Sunday. Church, church, okay? So those are your words, okay? Now quickly, I'm just going to go over them so you can take a look at your test before you submit, okay? Number 1 is her. Number 2 is fern. Number 3 is girl. Number 4 is sir. Number 5 is stir. Number 6 is bird. Number 7 is fur. Number 8, hurt. Number 9, turn. Number 10, third. Number 11, first. And number 12 is church, okay? So that is your spelling test. So please make sure that you submit it. You also need to do your high frequency words quiz, which remember is pretty simple. I put all the words on the sheet and I just leave out one letter. You have to put the missing letter in, okay? That's your second quiz. You also have to do your reading log, okay? Now remember, for your reading log, you are just simply putting the date, the name of the book, and the minutes for the week. That's it, okay? The last thing you have is your which part do we eat selection quiz, okay? Which part do we eat? That was the story that we read on Monday and Tuesday, and that's usually how it works for our selection quiz. We usually do it on Monday and Tuesday. When we are in school, however, I'm moving my computer. When we are in school, typically I review the story with you on Fridays really quickly. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do for you here. Okay, let me just see if you can see. All right, which part do we eat? Okay. Now remember, you also have
Which Part Do We Eat?
The audio
By Catherine Ayers. Illustrated by Hazel Quintanilla.
My computer's like extremely loud. Okay. So now I'm going to go to the next page. Play audio.
Let's run to the garden and pick us a treat. But which part do we eat? Green beans, okras, and peppers are odd. We eat the pod. Tomatoes and baby zucchini are cute. We eat the fruit. Asparagus, celery, what about them? We eat the stem.
So here they're telling you different types of fruit, and then they're telling you, different types of vegetable, and they're telling you what parts of that you eat, okay? So now on this page, lettuce, spinach, and chard. I believe we eat the leaves. Carrots and turnips and yams aren't fruit. We eat the root. So that's why they're called root vegetables. Peas, corn, and lima beans aren't weeds. We eat the seeds. Broccoli's filled with vitamin power. We eat the flower. So if you've noticed here, they're telling you the different parts that you eat on the specific vegetables, but it's also a rhyming story, okay? So usually you can figure out what comes next because it's rhyming. Okay, now I'm going to play audio on this page.
Stem, leaf, pod, fruit, flower, seed, or sturdy root. Chop them and cook them and serve them on dishes. Fresh, crispy veggies are mighty delicious.
And that is the end of our story, okay? Let me just turn you back this way. So the story was not that long, okay? So I just wanted to reread because that is typically how we do it. If we are in school on Monday and Tuesday, we would read the story together. We would discuss the story, and in place of that, you were doing those questions now. And then on Friday, we would reread the story together pretty quickly before the quiz. So I wanted to do that, okay? So those are your assignments for today, okay? And in addition to that, you do have your question. You do have your question of the day. But that's it for today, okay? So it is Assessment Friday, okay? that's what you are doing. You only have assessments. I'm not giving you any type of assignments anymore on Friday because I just want you to focus on your assessments, okay? Now, it also is Fabulous Friday, okay? Remember, this was the School Spirit Week that the entire school district is doing. Every single student in the Newark Public Schools was doing the same School Spirit Week this week, okay? And it is Fabulous Friday. So on Fabulous Friday, they would like you to show your school pride by wearing your school uniform, t-shirt, colors, or accessories. I don't have on a school uniform, but I don't know if you can see, I do have on my teacher shirt, okay? So when you put your school uniform, your t-shirt, your colors, or any accessories on, please drop me a picture in Google Classroom today, okay? And then I can send it off to our virtual scrapbook, because that's what happens when you send them to me. I then have to put them in the scrapbook for Miss DeSantis, okay? And sometimes I know it's hard for you guys to send them to me, and it is hard sometimes for me to save them and download them, but try your best to put it in Google Classroom. That is the easiest place for me to save it. When you send it to me in other places, I can see it, but it's difficult for me to forward it on, okay? And I want to make sure that all of your pictures get seen, because you guys have some really great ideas and pictures, okay? So that is it for today, okay? Like I said, we made it through another week. I'm so proud of you guys, and I really miss you all. I know it's a difficult time for us, but just make sure that every single day you go into Google Classroom. Now, I'm trying to be as flexible as I can, okay? I really need you to go on Google Classroom in the morning, typically by 9-10 o'clock, to answer your question of the day, okay? But if, depending on your device, if you don't have access to your computer because you have brothers and sisters who are also using a computer, or mom and dad are working and there's no one there to help you, I understand, and I want to be flexible, and I don't want to just give you guys incomplete grades for not handing in your work. But you do need to make sure that work is handed in Google Classroom every single day, okay? Even if it's not by 9-10 o'clock in the morning, at some point during the day, you have to have checked into Google Classroom, okay? If you do not check into Google Classroom by answering the question or submitting any work, you are marked absent, okay? So every day I do attendance. Like this morning, I'm going to do attendance for yesterday. So I go back to Google Classroom and I look and I see, and there are some people who haven't checked in, who haven't done any work, who have not answered the question for yesterday, and they will be marked absent for today, okay? That's kind of how it goes. So I really need you to make sure you're in Google Classroom every single day, okay? And you need to watch my videos. My videos that I put in, I usually put them in by 9 every morning. That is your way to get started on your ELA work, okay? So make sure you're doing that. And again, make sure you're going on Core 5 and iReady, because I've been checking and there are only maybe 5 to 10 people who are actually going on. There are a lot of you not going on, okay? And that is going to hurt your report card grade. Your class participation grade is it's a big percentage of your report card grade, your class participation, okay? So that's what that counts as, your class participation grade. All the work you guys have been handing in, that counts towards class participation grade. So please make sure that you're going on, okay? And for now, that's it. And I want you all to please stay safe. I love you all. I miss you, and I will see you guys soon, okay?